In the grand kingdom of Vijayanagar, where palaces touched the sky and warriors roamed with pride, there lived a humble woman named Maithili. She was the widow of a fallen warrior and the mother of 2 young sons, Vikram and Arjun. Though life had stripped her of luxury, she never let her children feel the weight of her struggles. Maithili worked as a weaver in the royal marketplace. Every sunrise, she sat at her loom, spinning dreams into fabric, earning just enough to feed her children. But her heart carried a secret, one that she never dared to speak of. Her husband had died protecting the kingdom's treasure, and the deceitful minister had stolen it, framing him as a traitor. The burden of shame had fallen upon her and her sons, who were shunned by society. Despite this, she raised Vikram and Arjun with values of honor, bravery, and kindness. One fateful year, a great famine struck the land. Crops withered, and hunger loomed like a shadow over every household. The king announced a grand reward of 10 gold coins and a bag of rice to anyone who could deliver grain to the palace. But grains were scarce, and the roads were treacherous. Desperate to save her children, Maithili decided to make the journey herself. She sold her last piece of jewelry, bought a sack of rice, and set off through the dense, bandit-infested forest. Her feet bled, and hunger gnawed at her stomach, but she pressed on. On the second night, a group of bandits ambushed her. Bandit leader, "Hand over the rice, old woman, and we shall let you live." Maithili, though frail, stood tall. "This rice is not for me, it is for my children. I would rather die than surrender it." The bandits laughed, but their leader's eyes softened. He stepped forward and removed his hood. It was none other than Rajendra, her childhood friend, thought to have perished in war. Tears filled his eyes. "Maithili, is this the fate that time has given you?" She did not beg, nor did she ask for help. Instead, she simply said, "If you were ever my friend, let me go for my children's sake." Rajendra, moved by her courage, gave her gold instead of taking her rice. "Go, Maithili. Your sacrifice will not be in vain." When Maithili finally reached the palace, the king himself was moved by her perseverance. He granted her food, gold, and honored her before the court. But fate had its own cruel twist. The minister who had betrayed her husband recognized her and whispered to the king, "She is the wife of the traitor." Maithili, with unwavering strength, faced the king. "My husband was no traitor. The true thief stands before you." She presented an ornate dagger, one that Rajendra had given her. It bore the royal seal, proof that the minister had stolen the kingdom's wealth. The truth unraveled. The king, furious, ordered the minister's arrest and restored her husband's honor. But Maithili had given all her strength for this moment. Her body, weary from the journey, collapsed at the palace steps. The famine had already taken its toll on her frail body. With her last breath, she touched her children's faces and whispered, "Never forget your mother's love." That day, Vijayanagar did not just lose a mother, it lost a warrior. The king, guilt-ridden, ensured Vikram and Arjun were raised as nobles. The boys grew into honorable men, known for their wisdom and bravery. Every year, a festival was held in Maithili's honor, celebrating the sacrifice of a mother who had fought not with swords, but with her unbreakable spirit. And so, the tale of Maithili, the mother who defied fate, lived on for generations, etched into the hearts of those who believed that a mother's love is the greatest force in the world.